It's getting to the tail end of the year. It's holiday season. We've got Thanksgiving and Christmas just around the corner. And one of my favourite foods from this time of year is stuffing. Whether it's out of a chicken or a turkey or just made separately by itself, it's one of those delicious, herby, savoury things that I just absolutely adore. And today I'm going to be showing you a cool new twist on it, where you can serve it not only as a side dish with your main holiday meal. Today I'm going to be showing you a fun little way to do it as a snack that you can serve at your next holiday party. Let's make some beautiful stuffing balls on the One Pot Chef. So today we're making stuffing balls, and today I'm doing a traditional sage and onion stuffing, but instead of doing it as a slab that you bake in the oven or stuffing it inside a chicken or a turkey, I'm doing it in the shape of balls. So that way it's easy to serve on the big day, but also you can serve it as an individual holiday snack for those who love their stuffing. So first things first, into a pan I've got some butter, about 50 grams, and we're just going to slowly melt this over a medium heat. Once the butter is melted and foamy, we are just going to add in our veggies. First things first, I'm adding in 1 onion, which I've just finely chopped, and about 1 cup of finely chopped celery. That's about 4 small stalks roughly. And we're just going to stir that around, get all the veggies covered in that lovely melted butter, and we're just going to saute this for a few minutes until the celery has softened and the onion starts to go translucent or slightly clear. Now, some people go, oh, I don't like celery, but I promise you in this, it's absolutely delicious, because what we're doing here is we're taking that slightly bitter flavour out of it, and it's going to give this lovely sort of background veggie flavour to the stuffing that's just really adds that extra bit of flavour to it. It's really, really tasty, so trust me on this one. That's looking good, so we shall just take this off the heat and we'll allow this to cool for a few minutes while we work on our other ingredients. Next, into a big mixing bowl, I've got 500 grams, about 5 cups of dried store-bought breadcrumbs, and I'm using the dried store-bought breadcrumbs rather than just taking a loaf of bread and blitzing it in the food processor, because these dried ones are much more absorbent. They're going to suck up all of the liquids and the flavours and make our stuffing balls really, really tasty. And to that we're going to add in some flavours. I'm going to add some herbs. I'm going to add in a teaspoon of dried sage, a tablespoon of dried thyme, about a cup of freshly chopped parsley, a teaspoon of salt, and a good blast of freshly cracked black pepper. And we're just going to stir that together. Add in our cooled onion mixture. And my final ingredient, I'm putting in a 400 gram can of cream of mushroom soup. I'm using condensed soup, but it doesn't really matter. We're just using it as flavour based today. Not only is the soup going to give us a lovely boost of mushroom flavour, it's going to help bind the stuffing balls together. Now, you don't have to use cream of mushroom. You could use cream of chicken or cream of celery or any sort of soup like that. And we're just going to start mixing this all together. So what you end up with is this sort of crumbly, lumpy mixture, which is just about right, perfect for making our stuffing balls. Now, I've got a little bowl of water next to me, which I'm just using to wet my hands roughly. And all we're going to do is take handfuls of the mixture, and using those wet hands, we're just going to press it together and roll them and shape them until we get something about the size of a meatball. You can make them any size you like. If you're planning to have them as like a party snack, I'd go for smaller. If you're planning on using them as a side dish with, say, Thanksgiving or Christmas dinner, I recommend making them slightly larger. So just make them into the size of a ball like that. That looks good. And then that is ready to go into a baking dish. I got about 17 stuffing balls out of our mixture, but it really does depend on the size you make them. I've made these about 2 inches in diameter roughly, but it does again, you depend on what size. You can make them smaller, you can make them larger. And I've just popped them into a lightly greased oven dish. And we're going to cover this with some foil and pop this into a preheated oven, 180 degrees Celsius, about 365 degrees Fahrenheit, for about 25 minutes. And then we'll be ready to eat. And here we have our completed stuffing balls fresh out of the oven. They're hot and steamy and gorgeous and they smell amazing. We're just going to allow them to stand for about 5 minutes to cool slightly, and then they're ready to serve. I wish you could smell this through the video because, oh my heavens, it smells divine. I'm just going to break open one of these so you can see what it looks like, but look at that. Oh, yum. All right, time for a taste. Oh my God, that's so good. They're slightly crisp on the outside and they've got this little fluffy, almost slightly moist texture on the inside. And the first thing that hits you flavour-wise is all the herbs. You've got the sage, the onion, the thyme. It's beautiful flavours, and really you get that little bit of background mushroom flavour as well that just absolutely takes this to the next level. You are going to love this. Well, I hope you enjoyed this recipe. Check out my other videos at OnePotChefShow.com. And until next time, see you later. To save yourself time on the big day, these can be made ahead of schedule. Once you've rolled the balls and you're at the point where you're ready to put them into the oven, just cover them with some cling film, pop them into the fridge for up to 2 days, and then simply take them out of the fridge half an hour before you're ready to bake them. That way, you're not having to worry about rolling these, mixing these up on the big day. You've got them all done, ready to go into the oven.